Hey, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started with this lesson today, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now, in this lesson, all right, Lord willing, this lesson will be a quick hit. All right, and really basic lesson. All right, but I just want to go into how. All right, I just want to go into proving how King David, all right, is going to be the king over Israel, all right, in the kingdom that is to come, all right, upon earth. You see, in this kingdom is going to be ruled by the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. All right, and it's with the Israelites, they're going to be ruling over the entire earth, all right, and over all the heathen nations. You see, and that's something that was promised unto us by the Heavenly Father, and the Heavenly Father promised that unto our forefathers. You see? So let's get into it. But before I get into it, I just want to make a quick point that all right, when the kingdom of heaven is established, matter of fact, let's get it real quick. All right, when the kingdom of heaven all right is established on earth, is going to be a kingdom, all right, that is going to be set in order. All right. 1 Corinthians 14 in verse 40, let all things be done decently and in order, right? And this is the mindset of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, all right, for everything to be done decently and in order. And when the Heavenly Father, all right, is bringing his will upon earth, all right, the kingdom of heaven, all right, is going to, the kingdom of heaven, all right, or the kingdom of the Israelites is going to be, all right, established in order, and there's going to be rank in the kingdom, all right, just like you have rank, all right, in order in the military here, all right, on earth, in this current rulership, all right, of Esau, Edom, there's going to be order and rank, all right, in the kingdom of heaven, all right, the rulership, all right, of the Israelites is going to be order, all right, you're going to have the Heavenly Father, all right, being the Most High God, of course, Yahweh, and you're going to have his second in command, Yahweh Shai, all right, who in this world it calls Jesus. His true name is Yahweh Shai. Then you have King David, then you will have the elect, all right, and the rest of Israel. You see, but there's going to be order in the kingdom that is to come upon earth. Okay? So let's go back into Ezekiel 37 just to prove that real quick, just to always give all right the Heavenly Father and his only begotten son that praise. They're gonna be higher than King David in the kingdom. Rightfully so. But even King David, he's gonna be restored back into his order too. All right, just as before. All right. So let's see. Here we go. Ezekiel 37 and verse 22. Let's get to the point. It says, and I will make them one nation. And who is it speaking of? The nation of Israel. All right, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. It says, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king shall be king to them all. Who is that king? We finna get into it. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore. Right, and this is what we're hoping for, us of the hopefully elect, us that believe upon Yahweh by Shemel Shine, his promises. This is what we're patiently waiting for, all right, so that we can finally be, ruling on the earth, as one nation, all right, because before, if you go into history, the kingdom of Israel was basically divided into two. All right, after the sin of Solomon, you had his son Rehoboam, then you had Jeroboam, and the kingdom was rent in two between those two. You had the southern kingdom, which was Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and then you had northern kingdom, which consists of the rest of the tribes. So the kingdom of Israel was split during that time. But guess what? All right, the kingdom of Israel is going to be restored again. And as it's saying here, it says, they shall no more, shall be no more two nations, right? Neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore, right? So let's get Amos real quick. Now, this is also going into the tabernacle of David. See, now, so can you build the tabernacle of David without King David? You see, as Apostle Gabar said, you can't build the tabernacle of David without David. All right, Amos 9:11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. You see, so the breaches represents the differences between the northern and southern kingdom. But guess what? That's all going to be closed up. All right, and it's happening. All right, starting with the preaching of this word. You see, and you got northern and southern kingdom coming together in the times that we're in today, and it's mainly happening amongst the elect, man. Our northern kingdom brothers and southern kingdom brothers coming out on the block and bringing out this word, man. All right, we're being gathered together, all right, by the word, man. Call Loyim like how by Shimei Shai. We see prophecy unfolding before our eyes, man. But it says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, right? And it's being raised up again, all right, today as we speak. You see, it's starting off today, but it's going to be completely restored, all right, once we're in the land, once we're in the kingdom of heaven. All right, the tabernacle of David that is fallen and closed up the breaches of, right, when the northern and southern kingdom were when we're separated. But guess what? That separation is being closed up. And I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old. And that's ultimately going to happen when the kingdom of heaven is established on earth. But it's starting now with the preaching of this word, all right, amongst the elect. You see? So let's go back into Ezekiel. So the tabernacle of David was when the northern and southern kingdom were together, all right, as one in the kingdom, man, going back into the reign of King David. You see, King David was king over the northern and southern kingdom. That was when Israel was one, all right, and that fell. But guess what? It's being rebuilt back up. All right, so let's get Ezekiel 37 again. All right, Ezekiel 37:22. I read that already. All right, verse 23. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and I will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. Right, we're going to be cleansed from all that, and that's going into the new covenant. The new covenant is where the inward, where the laws, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father will be written within our inward man. We're going to receive new bodies that can no longer sin against the Heavenly Father. We're going to be programmed to do righteousness. You see? And the Lord, once we're under that new covenant, the Lord is not going to remember our sin and our iniquity anymore. We're going to be cleansed. We're going to be new before the face of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Verse 24, here's the point. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. All right, and this is all future prophecy right here. All right, and this is going into the restoration of Israel. Israel is on the come up, man. We're going to be on the come up, and it's starting now through the preaching of this word. It says, and David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall have one shepherd. Right, King David. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Right. Again, in the kingdom, we're going to be doing the laws, statutes, commandments. We're going to be keeping the laws, statutes, commandments perfectly. You see, we're going to be walking, all right, one with our God, with our power. You see, and King David is going to be over the Israelites. All right, and we know that over David is going to be Yahweh Shai, and over Yahweh Shai is going to be the Heavenly Father. Again, there's going to be order and rank in the kingdom. All right, and the elect going to be under that. All right. The elect are going to also be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai too. You see, so the verse 25, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given so I can read that again. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant. Right, that land being Israel, wherein your fathers have dwelt. That wasn't Africa. That wasn't Florida. It says, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children's forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. You see? Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them, that new covenant. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. Right. So this is going into future prophecy of the restoration of Israel. All right. And it's starting now. It hasn't completely happened, but it's starting now through the preaching of the word, with the elect waking up into this word, and calling themselves Israelites and repenting, and doing all the things necessary for salvation. You see? So let's get this precept real quick, and I'll end it there. All right. Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach 36:11. Again, the restoration of Israel. This is a prayer. All right, that's being said here. It says, gather all the tribes of Jacob's together, right? The northern and southern kingdom are being brought together. There's no more enmity between the northern and southern kingdom. There's no more differences. There's no more breaches. All right, that's all going to be closed up. You see, and inherit thou them as from the beginning. It says, O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. You see? So the Lord has only dealt with Israel. Where does it say here, return, gather all the tribes of all the nations, of the heathen nations? No, it says of Jacob, of the Israelites. You see? When will you Christians ever get it? You see? But that was pretty much it, man. All right, hopefully this lesson was edifying and that something could be learned from it. All right, but with that, just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakhakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutation.